समान हैं यहाँ, हम सब समान हैं यहाँ। माँ सरस्वती का स्थान है यहाँ, हम सब समान हैं यहाँ, हम सब समान हैं यहाँ। शिक्षा समझ संस्कारों की चाह है यहाँ, हर चुनौती आसान बनाए अल्फा संकुल विद्या का। माँ सरस्वती का स्थान है यहाँ, हम सब समान हैं यहाँ, हम सब समान हैं यहाँ।
Okay, so welcome dear student. We are going to move towards the next chapter for the Guchket over here, and this chapter is leading for the strategies for enhancement of food production. So easy chapter is there almost. So as we have seen that in a beginning over here that almost 70% of cattle are present in two countries. One of them is in India and another one it is in China. So almost we can see that the 70% of cattle which are present, and these cattle are the useful cattle, are present in case of India as well as the China. One thing we have to note it down over here in the case of the another part, that here for the strategies of enhancement of food production, we are going to have such kind of strategies that we can increases the food production, and that strategies we are going to develop via the process of artificial method. And in that case we have first developed the portion like breeding technique. So in case of the breeding technique we have studied over here, first one in case of inbreeding, the next one after the inbreeding we are going to take over here, that is the outbreeding. Next one, another one is an outcrossing, and the last one we are going to take it over here, interspecific breeding. So there are the four different techniques of the breeding over here: inbreeding, outbreeding, outcrossing and interspecific breeding. And each of these four breeding technique helps in the development of several kinds of animals, and these animals which are being produced are having more superiority as compared to their parents one. In case of these we have also studied over here multiple ovulation embryo transfer technology, MOET technology, and in these MOET technology the follicular stimulating hormone were added to the female cow, and in this case of addition of the cow it gives the process of super ovulation. It leads to the process of what over here, super ovulation. And in this case of a super ovulation the MOET process was been widely useful. Next to this case of a MOET technique, after this MOET technique the another technique that we are going to, or that scenario which we have taken was in case of apiculture, and these apiculture is for what over here, that is for honey bee. You knew very well that the honey bee are been cultivated for the two different part, one is the honey and another one it is then wax. So the honey and the wax, both of these part are been obtained by the process of what, or in the process of apiculture. Next to the that case another one was an fisheries. So here in case of these fisheries we have taken both one, first one it is the marine fish, and another one that we are going to take, that is the part of freshwater fishes. And in this case that we have discussed about the white revolution, and the white revolution that we have been discussed, this was in a case of enhancement of milk production, milk utility and all other things. Next, apart from the white revolution, the another part that we have been discussed in case of these, that was the part of plant breeding to produce a more superior variety of the plant. And another thing that we have, the last process was the process of tissue culture. So this much different techniques more were there. This have highlighted only the upper techniques, but these contains more different portion within them, and these portions are quite more detailed when you move inside over here. But from taking this much points, we are going to start solving the MCQ portion over here. So let's have a discussion in a part of what over here, MCQs. So let's have one after the other MCQ over here. Okay, so dear student, let's start with the first MCQ that we are going to deal with over here. Question: the chances of contracting bird flu from a properly cooked food properly cooked food, and properly cooked food is almost approximately around at 100 degrees centigrade. Chicken and egg are, what is the chances of contracting blood flu from a properly cooked food, that is chicken as well as the egg? It would be a very high over here. Next one, almost high. The next one, it is the moderate. And the last one, this is the none of this case. So as you know that if a food is properly cooked completely at 100 degrees centigrade, then there is no chance for getting a bird flu over here. The next portion, let's move ahead into the next MCQ that we are going to see it over here. So the next MCQ is like this over here. Almost easy MCQs are there. A group of animals which are related by descendant and share many similarities are referred to as A. The first one, it is a breed, race, C is the variety, and the D is the species. So see the question: a group of animal which are related by the descendants. The descendants are in a relation and share many similarities are referred to as. If are having many similarities, give me the answer. What would be the answer over here? Speed up. Yes, exactly. Most of the students are saying over here that is the part of what over here? Breed. They are been termed as an breed over here. Next to this case, the another question: in breeding is carried out in animal husbandry because it first, A, increases vigor. The next one which is going to come, improves the breed, increase heterozygosity, and the D1 increase homozygosity. So see over here, inbreeding is carried out in an animal husbandry because you can see that it increases the vigor, increases the heterozygosity and improves the homozygosity. So we can say that it improves what over here? Breed. In the improvement of breed, the inbreeding is being carried out within the case of animals. Next to this part, the another question is a Sonalika and Kalyan Sona are varieties of, they are the varieties of wheat, they are the varieties of rice, they are the varieties of millet, or they are varieties of tobacco. So here Sonalika and Kalyan Sona, this is a completely theoretical one. Speed up and give me the answer. What would be the answer for these over here? I want answer from you, maximum answer, because it is almost an easiest question. Exactly, dear student. Exact. So we can see that in this case, it is the varieties of what? It is the varieties of wheat almost over here. The Jaya and Ratna are the varieties of rice. Next to this case, the another one we are going to see it over here. Which one of the following is not a fungal disease? Which one of the following is not a fungal disease? A, the first one, it is the rust of wheat. B, smut of bajra, or you can also call it as smut of millet. Next one, C, black rot of crucifer, black rot of crucifer, and the D, red rot of sugar cane. So which one of the following is not the fungal disease over here? We have to see it out. So now, dear student, by looking it out, tell me which one is not a fungal disease. You can see that a black rot of crucifer is a bacterial disease. They are a bacterial disease which we can observe over here. Let's move to the next MCQ. Look at very carefully the next MCQ over here. In virus infected plants, the meristematic tissue in both apical and axillary buds are free of virus because, so in a virus infected plant, the plant which is infected with virus, the meristematic tissue in both apical and axillary buds are free, completely free of virus. Why? So here, now I am not giving you the option. I would like to have the answer directly from you guys. Please recommend why in a virus infected plant meristematic cells are not been infected. Easy one. And I have told you maximum times that why, what is the reason is this. Give me answer over here. Come on student. See, one of the important reason that we can mention over here, that meristematic cell which are been present, these meristematic cell are actively dividing cell, actively dividing cells, actively dividing cells in the sense of what, they are repeatedly dividing. So what happens before the virus, if a virus enters into the meristematic cell, if a virus enters into the meristematic cell, what happened before the virus multiply, the meristematic cell multiplies. So that what happened, it is actively multiplying. So before the virus multiplies, the cells are only going to multiply. So hence the virus do not get enough time for its infection. So that is a important reason, and remember it out because it is most useful one. Let's move to the next MCQ. The next question, which one of the following combination would a sugarcane farmer look for in the sugarcane crop? So here I am again not going to give you the answer, but I am going to give you the hint. You have to tell me about stem, you have to tell me about internodes, you have to tell me about sugar content and resistance. So in case of those farmer which are showing or which are having a growth pattern of sugarcane, out of these four things, what does they expect from a good sugarcane? Tell me over here, dear student, what does the farmer does the expectation about for the good sugarcane? Yes. Okay, tell me. The stem, it should be thick or thin? Of course, it should be a thick one. Next one, internode. The internode should be a short or a long? Internode should be a short or a longer internode should be there? Longer should be there. Longer internode. The sugar content should be what over here? High, of course. And should have high disease resistance, which is talking about a disease resistance over here. So let's move to the another one. The next one, the next question, fungicides and antibiotics are chemicals that, so here the fungicides and the antibiotics are the chemicals that A, enhance yield and disease resistance, disease resistance. The next one, kill pathogenic fungi and bacteria respectively. The next one, kill pathogenic microbes, and the D, kill pathogenic bacteria and fungi respectively. So here fungicides as well as the antibiotics are the chemicals that are usually used to kill what? Tell me, fungicides against the fungus and antibiotics against the bacteria. So we can tick it out. Kill pathogenic fungus as well as it kills the pathogenic bacteria over here. Next one, let's move to the another portion over here, the another part that we are going to discuss. Use of certain chemical or a chemicals and radiation to change the base sequences of genes of crop plants is termed as the use of certain chemicals and radiation to change the base sequence of gene of crop plant. It is termed as an what over here? So it is termed as an rDNA process, recombinant DNA process. Next one, it is a transgenic mechanism, transgenic mechanism. C, mutation, breeding, and the last one, it is for the gene therapy. So the use of certain chemical radiation to change the base sequence of gene of a crop plant, and it is termed as in which breeding? Direct textbook based question. Tell me. This type of a technique, it is been termed as in what? Mutation breeding. So this is the best example of which breeding over here? This is the example of the mutation breeding. So as you have seen that in case of these mutation breeding, the mutation has been carried out by using several ionized and non-ionized radiation. And the use of these ionized and non-ionized radiation leads to the changes in a base sequence. And due to that, the mutation is going to be appear. Next to this case, the another question, the scientific process by which crop plants are enriched with certain desirable nutrients is called. So the scientific process by which crop plants are enriched with a certain desirable nutrients are been termed as an what? This has been termed as an crop protection. Next one, it is termed as an breeding technique. It is termed as an bio fortification, or last one which is going to come over here, bio remediation. So here the scientific process by which the crop plants are enriched, they are going to be enriched by what over here? With the certain desirable nutrition, and it is called as an what over here? The part is termed as an breeding technique. So here in this case which we are going to do over here, several amount of nutritions are going to be put inside that plant. Next to this portion, the another part that we are going to deal with over here, the term totipotency refers the capacity of a. So here what does the term totipotency means? With the totipotency is a process by which a small part of a plant or a small organ of the plant is going to completely develop into the new plant, and hence we can write it over here to generate whole plant. And you know very well the definition of the totipotency, it allows the generation of whole plant by putting a X plant into the tissue culture technique over here. The next one that we are going to see, An explant is, what is the explant? A, this is a dead plant. B, part of a plant, part of the plant. Next to this case C, part of the plant used in tissue culture. And the last one which is going to come, part of the plant that expresses a specific gene, that express specific gene. So here it is a part of the plant that expresses a specific gene. An explant is nothing, you know. It is a small part of a plant which is being used in which technique over here? Tissue culture technique. Let's move towards the next portion over here. The next question, the biggest constraint of plant breeding is, which is the biggest constraint of the plant breeding? We have to find it out over here. A, availability of desirable gene in the crop and its wild relatives. So availability of a desirable genes in the crop and its wild varieties. B, it is an infrastructure. The next one, it is a trained manpower. And the D one, transfer of genes from unrelated sources. Related sources. So you can see that. Now tell me, which is the biggest constraint would be over here in case of development of a transgenic plant? Yes, dear students, I am seeing it out. So here is the biggest problem is, see it over here, the availability of a desirable gene in the crop. Your desired gene should be present inside the crop and in their wild relatives. The infrastructure, trained manpower, all these other things you can get easily, but here the desirable gene is not able to get easily from this portion. Next to this case, see it over here. The next question, it is the micro propagation is, what is the micro propagation over here? A, propagation of microbes in vitro. In vitro. The next one, propagation of plants in vitro. The next one, propagation of cells in vitro. And D, growing plants on smaller scale. So the propagation of microbes in vitro, next propagation of cells in vitro, propagation of plants in vitro, and growing plant on a smaller scale. So we can see that it is what? Micropropagation, propagation of plants in which condition over here? Inside the in vitro condition. We can say it out. Next to this case, let's move ahead. Direct I am writing the question. Protoplast is, what is the protoplast? We can say it over, this is the cell devoid of cell wall. This is what? These are the cell. This is the devoid of cell wall. It is termed as an protoplast. Next question, to isolate, if you would like to isolate protoplast, one needs, which enzyme does one requires to prepare plant protoplast? So here one of the easiest one we can take pectinase to digest the pectin and cellulose for the digestion of cellulase for the digestion of what over here, cellulose. Next one, which one of the following, which one of the following is marine fish? So we have to write it down the name of these kind of a fish which is marine in nature. So yes, tell me which one is there. It is a rohu. Next one, hilsa, katla, and D, common carp. Tell me which one is the marine fish over here, marine fish, which you are observing in case of marine nature. Rohu, hilsa, katla, common carp. Exactly. Rohu, katla, and the common carp are the freshwater fish, while the hilsa is what over here? This is the marine water fish. They lives in a marine water. Next to this case, which one of the following products of apiculture used in cosmetics and polishing? So apiculture, the product of apiculture over here is used for cosmetics and the polishing, and here A option is the honey, it is the oil, C is the wax, and D is then royal jelly. So which has been used in a cosmetics and polishing purpose. So we can say it out, wax has been widely used for the cosmetics and polishing purpose. Okay, so almost easiest question. More than 70% of livestock, that is a cattle's population is in, and you know that more than 70% of livestock population, we can find it out in case of India and in case of China. So dear students, these were the some of the multiple option question which we have been carried out for the chapter number 9, that is the strategies for enhancement of food production. In the next subsequent procedure of these lecture, we are going to see more it out. So before that, just refer it out these whole chapter, and you can practice the more and more MCQ as per your mean. Thank you. Have a great day.